Hi everyone, I'm Nick.
And I'm Ben. We're going to tell you all about our awesome trip to London. Our delicious trip to London.
When I go on vacation, I can't stand visiting landmarks and museums and buying handicrafts and boring stuff like that. I prefer trying local food.
Yeah, me too. Trying local food is a great way to learn about a culture. So, on the first day, we had a great local dish, fish and chips. Doesn't that look delicious? When you go to London, you have to have fish and chips. It's like the national dish. See, here's the fish, and here's the chips.
Yeah, people call them chips in England, not French fries.
And people have them with vinegar there. The first time, I was a little worried about having my fries with vinegar. I like to eat French fries with ketchup, but it was really delicious. You ought to try it.
Yeah, fish and chips were good, but there are many other foods to try in London. The thing is, Ben enjoyed eating fish and chips so much, he wasn't interested in eating other foods.
Yeah, well, I really liked fish and chips. So I was interested in finding the best fish and chips in London. It was a challenge.
Okay, so on day 2, we went to Brick Lane. That's a street in the East End of London where you can find great Indian food. So I had this delicious vegetable curry from a great Indian restaurant.
And I had fish and chips. They were a little spicy, but good.
So, the next day, day 3, we went to a great little restaurant near Hyde Park. I had kebabs. There's lamb, lettuce, some other vegetables, and a really great spicy sauce. Kebabs are from the Middle East, but they've been popular in London for a long time. Many people in London think of them as British food. Eating kebabs and curry there is like eating hot dogs and hamburgers here in the US. So Ben, what did you have on day 3?
Well, that restaurant didn't have fish and chips.
I told him, you'd better eat something. Don't forget to eat.
And I only wanted fish and chips. So I went to a fast food place and got fish and chips to go. But they weren't so good and I got a stomach ache.
Well, on day 4, I went to a fancy hotel and had high tea. It was a pretty expensive place. Look at all those little sandwiches and cakes. And there were fancy dishes. I was worried about breaking something. Well, I really enjoyed that high tea.
I wasn't there. I was looking for fish and chips.
Looking for fish and chips was the only thing you did.
I know. But on that day, I found the best fish and chips in London. They were in a little restaurant near Victoria Station, one of the big train stations in London. The fish was so tender and moist, and the chips were hot and delicious. If you ever go to London, you've got to find this place. Looking at it now is making me hungry.
You really like your fish and chips, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I miss them a lot.
Well, my friend, I have a surprise for you today. A little memory of our trip.
Wow, you got me fish and chips. Did you get these at a restaurant?
Actually, I made them in the microwave. They were frozen.
Thanks for the thought, but go to London for your fish and chips.